Hey everybody, welcome back to the bush with Digger Dave. I think that might be my new handle. Modification day. I'm like Tim Taylor, I can't leave nothing alone. Tool time, old Tim Taylor. And I got to do the Binford 2000 here. I got to modify everything I own, pretty much. That's the way I've always been. Since the assembly video on this and the digging video, the first one where I just played in the garden a bit, bear with me, all kinds of wonderful comments. A couple people saying it won't do anything, it's useless, whatever. Well, that's your opinion, you're entitled to that. This thing's going to do quite a bit. But anyway, there's two big comments on this, and one is mobility. A lot of people are saying it's too bad that this thing doesn't have a drive system on it. It can move itself around and all that. It is sad but it would be very, hydraulic motors on the wheels. Could all be done, but you'd have to, add to the valve body, a bunch of stuff you would have to do, right, to actually be able to accomplish that with it. So, too complex for me for what you want to do. So then I got thinking about adding an extra set of wheels on it so I can move it around the property a little bit. So I sometimes I over-engineer stuff in my head and that. I was going to buy some square tube. I was going to get a set of wheels and that, hook them to the square tube, put them on the front and all that. And I got thinking, well, why would I go that route? Has anybody ever noticed? And I've noticed as soon as I bought this, and I have no idea what this is for, and I know what it's going to be for in a minute. Check this out. These plates on the outriggers. What is that plate for in the outrigger? Both of them have it. What is that plate for in the outrigger? These outriggers are improper. Now people have made the comment that the outriggers are upside down. They think the flat portion be on the ground. No, because when you look down, there's an actual offset to that. That outrigger's not straight. It actually tapers down after a while. There's a taper right here, which you can pretty clearly see, okay? So where better to attach a set of wheels than right here, sticking up this way. If the wheel comes up high enough, it'll account for the offset when you flip the outrigger over. Put this outrigger on that side, this one on this side. So basically it'd be pretty easy, wouldn't it, if you had a caster type wheel that you could literally bring the bucket at the front. Like right now it's sitting in its work position because I hopped it in from out front, and I'm going to tell you, this thing is tearing up my driveway already, hopping it and digging in with the gouging. So I don't want that to go on anymore. So I get thinking last week, how good would it be to have a set of dolly wheels or like a set of casters on the front? So then I started looking at Princess Auto, where I bought this because they have all kinds of that material to buy things. And with that mounting point too, what else would you use? Well, let's have a look and see what I got in my truck. Pretty proud of these, not gonna lie to you. How's that for a caster wheel? How's that for a caster? Grease fitting hub, ball bearings even in these wheels. Tires are good for 500 pounds a piece, but guess what? I built them because you can't buy casters this size. So I actually built these this week. Went into Princess Auto, I got the material, I got a couple wheels, I got some flat bar, I got a piece of round bar, I got some pipe, I cut everything all out, cut the pipe out, used it as spacers in here. It's a 105 diameter, outside or inside is almost 3/4 inch shaft in the center here. And again, these are a ball bearing wheel. And even a bigger bonus, these things even have a friggin' tube in them, so they're not going to rim leak on me. These tires are not going to go flat. They will hold 500 pounds a piece load, so it's going to be lots. I haven't put them on yet, and you don't know how excited I am to try these on there. It took me a couple hours at home with my MIG welder to fabricate the brackets. This is 3-inch flat bar, 1/4 inch thick, pretty heavy duty stuff. What I'm doing, what I'm doing here is they're a temporary install for this weekend because I ordered actual thrust bearings, and I'm even going to put a thrust bearing and 2 washers in here, and I'm going to have a lock nut on top so I can adjust them down and get them just right, okay, because they're going to stay on there. So let's check it out and see. For this weekend, all I'm going to do is just put the nuts on and just try to keep them snug for now as much as I'm going to work it. This is just a proof of concept, and I know these are going to work. Let's go and try them on it. And there's more to come after this. So what I'm going to do for this weekend, where I don't have my thrust bearings, is I have flat washers, and I'm just going to put a bit of grease. And I'm going to use the flat washer as a spacer. And I got a grease gun, by the way. So we're going to grease this right here. We're going to take this big nut off. I ordered lock nuts also. I've got some, this is 3/4 by 10 thread. So I've got lock nuts coming. Then all I have to do is that washer will help give it a little bit of slide so it won't bind up, right? Because square plate on square plate, these will still swivel, but they wouldn't swivel as well. I'll simply put that on there. Honest to God. These are made for this machine. They're going to lift it up nice and high on the front. And I think they're the cat's ass. I really do. Pardon my French. Look at that. Look at that. Well, and they're even a ball bearing wheel. So, pretty proud of these. Can't lie to you. Let's do the other side. And again, what I did, I ordered 3/4 inside diameter thrust bearings. So there will be a thrust washer, if anybody knows what they are, then a thrust bearing. And what it looks like, it's a flat washer with a bunch of little needle bearings, and then another thrust bearing again, another thrust washer. So it takes a washer, a bearing, and a washer. And again, for now, temporary bit of grease in here with a flat washer will still do what I need. But how do you like those, eh? Pretty proud of this stuff, guys. And this is what I do. There's been a lot of chatter on this machine already. It's a pretty popular rig is all I can say. People are liking it. The videos are going to get a lot better digging with it because I'm learning how to dig. So bear with me. People think it's too light, it's a toy. This thing is far from a toy. It's 1,200 pounds, 1,300 pounds. So to me, that's not toy material. Again, these aren't going to stay tight really well this weekend, but I'm not driving this thing to town and back either. So but once I get my thrust washers and an actual thrust bearing, look how nice, there's still pivot though. This thing is still going to work as it should, right? And not the coolest thing. Check that out, guys. Pretty proud of that. Look at that. Now it has tires. And what I plan on doing is Lola, my side-by-side, I'm just going to put the boom up in the middle, and now all I got to do to put it in this position is literally lift the front up and flip the arms over. And I'm going to try that in a minute because I haven't even done it yet. This is all proof of concept, okay? And obviously they look like they belong there, but I'm going to flip it over, put the arms on, and the way I'm going to move it is I'm going to hook a strap onto the side-by-side and just drag this thing. And I can get it from here at front pretty quick instead of all this going from work mode to travel mode stuff. It's a pain in the butt with this machine. And then after that, once I get out there, all I gotta do is lift the front, switch the arms over again. Pretty cool. We have more mods coming. Just hang in there. So the second big issue with this, number one, people's complaint, my complaint too, portability. Hate friggin' playing hopscotch here out front. So that's gonna be cured. And I can still drag it around, I can move it easily. Even easier, the nice thing about having these, I can put the bucket out, dig in the ground, I can turn it sideways, whatever, because they're friggin' casters, right? The second complaint about this was ergonomics. The seat seems to be made too far back, and I'm a pretty big boy too, but it's just not comfortable. How long do you want to sit on that? It's the cheapest lawn tractor seat you can buy, right? Well, if I get a cure for that. That's going away. You want to see what was on sale at Princess Auto last week. Now we're talking. Check this out. This seat weighs 36 pounds. There's holes in here that actually line up already to bolt it. It weighs 36 pounds. It's an actual suspension seat with 3.5 inches of suspension travel. The whole seat goes up and down. And check this out, it gets better than this. It's got a handle right down here, and it's got a sliding seat track. So how much better than that can it get for this? And check this out. This is kind of interesting. Everybody thinks everything from Princess Auto is made in China, made in China, made in China. Read that. Can you read that? Made in Turkey. That seat weighs 36 pounds. This is right neat. You adjust this thing here on the back, and what it does is there's a gauge for your maximum weight, minimum weight, and it pulls up on the springs even harder and gives it more springability, I guess you're going to call it. So how comfortable does this thing look? So unbelievable. I hope it doesn't sit me up too high. Might be the next issue, and I may have to extend my levers up, but I can definitely bring the seat up now wherever this thing is freaking comfortable. So, and the best part, some of the holes even line up right now, because here's something else I'm going to show you guys. Check this out. This thing, when I bought it new, had 2 sets of holes in it. These are the ones, the existing, I was using, okay? Well, there's 2 more here, and there's 2 more here. So, and there's quite a history behind these things. I don't know if you guys can read that decal. It says, setting up the Trencherman. Actually, after a bit of research online, a Trencherman is this. Sold from a company called Northern Tool. In the States, used to sell them. Some at a Honda engine, some at a Kohler engine, but this is the exact same machine as a Trencherman. Someone else had said it was a Mantis out of England, maybe. They all use the exact same design. So this is tried and true. There's nothing new, excuse me, about this machine. And if these were the trash that people thought they were, well, I'm telling you, they wouldn't have still be in production with that. Anyways, now I'm going to bolt my seat down, and how convenient is it? I think I might be able to get all 4 bolts to line up, because it's a universal mounting plate, but let's get her bolted down, jump on, see how comfortable this thing is. This is awesome. You guys aren't going to believe how comfortable this seat. You know the nice thing about this? The one thing, as I said, there's nothing to hold on when you get on this thing, right? Nothing to grab a hold of. This seat is plenty rugged. This right here, I get a handle now. I grab it there, grab it here. I can pull myself right on. And look at this. How cool is that? I can slide it ahead. Where's the lever? Way ahead if you want. You can sit here and run it like this, right? Or I can slide it back. Look at that. And that's actually too much of a reach. I can come ahead some when I'm going to operate this. I probably will. Probably come ahead a little ways. I have to grease that track too. But yeah. Isn't that something? What a friggin' upgrade. Oh my God. Now, what I'm going to do is fire this thing up. We're going to flip it over. We're going to get it sitting on its tires. We're going to see how silly it looks sitting there with caster wheels on the front. That's coming next. And again, I've got a handle. Something to grab right hold of to get off. Is that ever comfortable? And that is a really, really comfortable seat. And the nice thing, the yellow one was on sale for like 40 bucks off. I'd rather that than a black one, because a black one will get so freaking hot in the sun on a hot summer day. If you get off it in a bit, get on it, you're not going to want to get on it. So this yellow one, and they probably couldn't sell it because of the silly color. Awesome. Hope you guys like it. Okay. I got to fire this thing up, bring the boom over, lift it up. I'm going to walk it ahead just a bit, and then I'm going to stand it right up, and we're going to flip the arms over. Let's see how it goes for the first time. Pretty good, one pull, and this thing hasn't run in a week. Alright, I'm going to jump on it, and then I'm going to walk it ahead, and then we're going to flip it up, swap these over, see what it looks like. This is ever comfortable. Feels like a totally different machine. Really does. See, I've got one wheel right in the dirt here, right? Okay. Let's swap them over. Let's see how it looks here. Check this out. So I got to go right to left, left to right. Put them right in there. They're going to be heavier, obviously, but not unmanageable. It's still not that bad at all. Bring this one over. How crazy is that? You gotta admit, that's pretty freaking cool. The only question now is, will they hold it when I set it down? Here's hoping. Do it slow. I think it's going to work. Well, there you go, guys. They're on there. It's going to be a lot better when I get the thrust bearings in, but for now it'll still work. And what I'm going to do here in a bit is I'm going to get Lola hooking on and tow it out front, proof of concept. But what I'm going to do before I take it out front is I've got a rock in here I'm going to pull. That's going to be my next video. So this video is all about the modifications I was going to do. I got a wonderful seat. That is right comfortable already. I got some caster wheels on the front. Life is good. That's pretty much it for now. Do a little walk around, have a look at it here. Pretty neat, eh? There you go. Hopefully this thing rolls around good in these casters. We'll find out pretty soon, guys. And there's a rock in here, and this is what I'm going to pull. I'm going to try. But the wheels are coming off. It's going back into work mode. I dug around it a little bit. I don't think that rock's that big, but it's still a pretty good friggin' size. I'll tell you, it's a few 100 pounds for sure. So if you guys are liking this content, like and subscribe please to the channel. And you know what, if nothing else, live simply, remain grateful. We'll talk to you guys very soon.